Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 15 of our FTB Skies Let's Play series. And it's a long one today. We got a lot of stuff that we got going on. A lot of big changes or big improvements to our setup and everything. So get started. Sorry for the length. Hopefully you're okay with it. But yeah, let's dive in. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where I have a couple things that I would like to work on with you here by my side. So today, what we're going to work on, first things first, I did try and reorganize this section thingy over here a little bit, just to make it a little bit better organized for us and everything. So I went and threw all the power down below. This doesn't need to be there, and this can go there. So we put power down below so that all these machines get powered from the bottom now, and I ran importers and exporters to all these different things just to do the thing. What I currently have going on right now is sand. Did I do this last episode? It's been a couple days since I recorded. I'm pretty sure I did this last episode, right? Yeah, we had sand going over here. I did this all. What am I talking about? This was all here last episode. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just me reorganizing was new. I don't remember. I did the thing. Okay, so we did that. We did this last episode. This is different. I went ahead and upgraded these to their advanced forms. So I just put some tier upgrades into them, a basic and a regular tier or advanced tier that allows these to now smelt 5 different items. Make sure it auto sorts and it can smelt 5 or crush 5 depending on which recipe you're put into there. And it knows a couple different recipes, gold and osmium, and then how to make all the advanced processors plus our deep slate. I think that was the only major thing that I did in between episodes. And that may have even been last episode too. I'm not 100% sure. I did look up how this statues mod works. And in order for this to actually work, we have to upgrade our statue. If we take a look at the statues mod, and let's say we look at the slime statue, and we go to the usage, there is an upgrade that we can do with these. Specifically, the upgrade that we would want if we want to generate loot with our statue or our mods is the looting upgrade. Looting will allow it to generate the loot that it says that it will be able to generate. So we can get looting level 1, which requires 1 upgrade slot, and it's these things. And then you can upgrade your levels by carrying it with you and killing some of that mod, and it upgrades the overall level of the statue, which I guess does upgrades the level of the thing. I'm not 100% sure on it. But anyway, looting is the thing that you would need. However, in order to do this, now I'm curious because this does not show that we need a statue core for this. Some things do say statue core, but not everything. I'm curious. I should have. The only thing I may not have would be bones. Do I have bones available to me? Have I gotten any? I'm going to go ahead and make an enchanting table real quick because we're going to talk about some stuff. I do have a bone. That was rotten flesh. There was a gunpowder, if I remember correctly, and an ender pearl. Like, I have an ender statue. No, that's a data model. The ender mite statue, but that one didn't have any looting available to it. Let's take a look at what statues we have. Like, I have a bee statue and I have a creeper statue. So I guess if I'm going to upgrade anything, what loot would the bee statue give me? Honeycombs, not necessarily something that we wouldn't want. You know what? Let's upgrade our bee. I don't need gunpowder. We're producing that. We can go ahead and throw the creeper away. So if I put this in here, now the question is that the same materials? Yes, without a statue core. So if I do this, is it slot specific? Probably. Gunpowder, bone, flesh. Gunpowder, bone, flesh. Chisel? Yeah, so it does look like I need, even though it's not showing it, maybe I need that statue core in order to do this. Or is it because this has no upgrades on it? Like, that doesn't have any upgrades either. Is there something I have to do to give it some upgrade slots in the first place? Like, that's despawner, mob killer, interaction. Oh, so maybe this is what we need. A statue with a statue core add that to it, and it makes it upgradable. Anyway, in order to get these statue cores, we can craft them by having a zombie statue. Nope. Sorry, that was usage. Recipe. Statue bats. You have to get a dark area, and statue bats can spawn. So that's our option for that. So I guess nothing to do about that. Haven't done anything with my compact machine. We'll work on that soon. What I want to do right now is I want to work on getting just some of these miscellaneous things taken care of. I did this. I did this. I did this. I also did this and this. Those machines are both fully sped upgrade and energy upgraded as well. I added on another iron crafter and taught the system how to do that. Also taught the system how to make stack upgrades and everything. So that way this guy is not fully upgraded. Did I put those in here? I did put those in here. And I have upgrades available for the smelter that we were going to use for auto smelting and everything. We're going to put a stack upgrade and speed upgrades. Stack upgrades allows this to import an entire stack at a time, and speed upgrades allow it to do that faster. So when we put stuff in, it imports into our system, well, faster. And then I have extract upgrades. Now, I didn't put any upgrades into this. Let's look at pipes. And sure, let's go ahead and just grab 2 of these really quick, so that these can extract a little faster, maybe 16 items every 10 ticks. I'd like to get those upgraded to being a stack every tick, but that is the netherite upgrade that requires that, right? I don't even know. I think it's the ultimate pipe upgrade. We could craft it, but I'm not going to worry about it terribly too much at the moment. What I want to do now, so I want to work on getting myself, just for funsies, I want to get infinite lava going. I want to get a blast chiller and a magma crucible. We saw that a blast chiller was going to be handy for other things. Specifically, what was the other thing? Obsidian. I want to get obsidian on craft because I want to get into Flux networks. And in order to get obsidian available to me, I need a blast chiller with some energy will create obsidian for me. In order to get infinite lava, I mean, we have our drippers going back there. They're not the fastest in the world, and it takes an entire bucket for every obsidian. To get lava, we can use a magma crucible. Sorry, that was usage. We can use a magma crucible for lava here by putting in cobblestone or putting in obsidian, which would be a waste, but we can put in netherrack. The difference between them, they're all going to create one bucket. However, how much power it needs is what's going to be changed. 60,000 RF to turn one netherrack into lava, whereas it's 200,000 with a cobblestone. So we can shove netherrack in there because we have that being produced infinitely and get infinite lava, essentially. Magma block would be ideal, but there's no infinite recipe for magma blocks. So what I would like to do is get both of those going. I want to get a magma crucible producing lava, and then all of that lava going into a blast chiller producing obsidian for us. I want infinite obsidian. So in order to do that, we need to make ourselves a blast chiller. But the problem with the blast chiller, I have access to everything here except for ice. I don't have any way to get myself any ice, or snow specifically is what we would need, is snow. So I got to figure out how to get snow. Yeah, that's where we're at. We need snow. Now for the snow, a blast chiller with a ball cast will get it for us. And it uses half a bucket of water. That seems like probably the best method for us to do so, since we're going to be making a blast chiller here in a moment. So if I can get a blast chiller, that would get us more snow. But the problem is I need a blast chiller to make the snow. See where my problem lies. So in order to make snow, we can options I'm looking through, and I had a plan for this. My brain has reset since then, though, so I'm trying to think of what my plan ultimately was. There we go. Snow block with an unpacking die in a multi-servo press will get me a snowball, or, yep, that's my option. So if I want to make a snow block that is 4 snow, can't do that. Botanist workbench, can't do that. Pure daisy, actually, TBH, we could easily set this up and skip that whole process, but I want to talk about the other things. A crushing macerator will get us, if we get packed ice, that can get us ice and snow block, but we don't have access to ice. Material generator with ice and snow. That's the route that I would like to go. It rhymed. The problem is this. How do I get ice? Well, I just so happened to loot these boots when we were in the Nether, and I would love to wear them because they have fantastic enchantments. Geez, I couldn't think of the word. Fantastic enchantments on here. However, Frostwalker 7 is a problem because it freezes water and lava. Great if you're in a non-skyblock pack where you have water everywhere and being able to walk across it would be great, or you're in the nether, you can walk across the lava. However, in this skyblock pack, it was a pain. I actually did put them on, and it converted all of my water in my farms to ice. Don't want that going on. So I took them off and stopped using that. However, I want ice now. Problem is, if I want to pick up that ice, I pickaxe it, it breaks. So that's where that enchanting table that I made is going to come in. Because if we take our exchanging gadget and enchant it, pretty much the only enchant that an exchanging gadget is able to get is Silk Touch. And Silk Touch with an exchanging gadget allows you to pick up things that need Silk Touch. So we're going to enchant our exchanging gadget and get ourselves, well, the stuff that we need. Stonecutter. I made this. What did I make this for in between episodes? Oh, to make this. I made this display mod, which allowed me to get the book for statues. Yeah, that's what it was. You know what? Where's my Akashic Tome? Can we add that into it? Bam, add that. Good to go. And we can put that away. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get our enchanting table. So we'll go ahead and set this up here. Now, currently I have no levels, so let's go ahead and give ourselves, let's see how many it's going to take to get this done. Soulbound, soulbound, soulbound. So we ended up completely unlucky and did not get the enchant that we want at all. Now, I wonder, does this need to be a level 30 enchant? Or can it show up as a level 1 enchant? The runes reveal all. Wonder, what does that mean? The runes reveal all. Anyway, do we need to have a level 30 enchant or... Oh, the runes reveal all. I can't see what these enchants are. The runes reveal all is telling me what that enchant is. That's my question. Is this a level 30 enchant only, or can we get it at lower tiers? Let's get a couple books. I have some experience, so we can grab a stack of books and we can go ahead and, you know what, let's see what we can get onto. Nothing, you're already enchanted. Let's see what we can get on a book. Efficiency, soulbound, phalanx. Soulbound is handy. Let's get ourselves some lapis. Sure, we'll take a soulbound book. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But let's reset the enchants. And I need experience. So let's do, that was 2 levels. No, other way. You, and give me soulbound. Okay, so we got an enchanted book, soulbound. Let's throw this back in there. Soulbound, soulbound, soulbound. Okay. I have a feeling we might need to get to level 30 for this. Usage? Do you have a... No, you don't have a usage. Let me... What is this? Find power level. Maybe I have to actually give myself all of my experience. And then now I can do that and click that, and I can see... No, because duh, it has nothing to do with experience. It has everything to do with level of the thing. So, okay, let's put all of that away, and let's get some bookshelves. Bookshelves, bookshelves, bookshelves. We have one. How many is max? Is it 12 bookshelves? We'll find out. I should have enough to make 12. And then, are any of you... You're Eterna +1, Eterna +1. Let's shelf. Can I make any of these better ones? Quanta is like the randomization, right? Not that it necessarily really matters, but I don't have pufferfish, so I can't do you. I do. No, you require the infused. End shelf. I don't have dragon's breath. Infused dragon's breath specifically. I don't have bees. Rectification. Nope, 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 nope. Extra enchanting clues. And then just normal bookshelves. All right, let's just go with normal bookshelves for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. It is 12, right? It's been so long. And we'll just go ahead and set this up over in this direction. Corners don't count, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Something like that, maybe? Who knows? If I have to go look up how to enchant, I'm going to be very upset with myself. Okay, let's pop you down here. And if I put you in here, do you got higher levels now? Level requirement 24. Yeah, now I can get Silk Touch, though. at power level 17 is what unlocks it. Okay, so now I need to do the whole bookie enchant thing. Air affinity, I actually want that, so that way I can stop having to breaking my... Let's just bring this with me. Since this is our enchanting area, I'm not getting max level enchants though. Let me see how to do that. Okay, after using my Google Foo abilities, I remembered that you need, well, I remembered that you needed 15 before I Google Food, okay? So that was me. So you need 15. Corners do work though. So now if we pop something in, we should be at level 28. I need one more, but you can only have them too high, but we can go out more. So I can go do this, and we should be able to hit level 30 enchants. So now if we need to enchant things, we have level 30. Okay, not too big of a deal. But we want Silk Touch and level... Well, now that's power level 20. But it doesn't matter. We're good to go. Okay, let's get my experience placed down. And you know what? Since this is awkward shaped, we can go ahead and place that there. Let us grab retrieve one level. Thank you. Enchant a book. So, man, I placed that bookshelf down and it reset my enchants, didn't it? Also, you require 12. Yeah, because now I have so many books, it requires 12 levels to be able to do the minimum enchant. What's my best option for this? Did you roll Silk Touch? No. Okay. If I get another enchanting table, will that re-roll these ones too? Like, can I put an enchanting table over here that's out of the way of this one? Good question. Good question, me. Let's find out. Enchanting table. I'm going to need one anyway for the disenchanting table, so... You're just so enchanting. So if I place this one here, where it is out of the way of the other ones, and I do this, good, we have re-rolled. All my lapis is over here, though. We've re-rolled the enchants, so now we can do this. Aqua Affinity is great if I was in a different pack, but now did this re-roll these enchants? Soulbound. Oh, Silk Touch. Perfect. 21 levels. So we need to, let's store everything, grab 10, 10, nope. Okay, go away. I need 10, 10, 1. This number was throwing me off. That's how many are left in here. That's what I care about right now. That gets me Silk Touch. Perfect. So now we have a Silk Touch and Staging Gadget. Let's go ahead and just see what other options we end up here on this book. Or pop over here. What options do we get? Holding, and piercing. Holding is nice. It does allow me to like put on like my backpacks and stuff so I can get more power. However, holding level 1, not so much. Okay, so now we can reset our books by using that one, and that's fine with me. Let's get all this stuff put away. We don't need... Oh, that got Phalanx and Aqua Affinity. We ended up with a double enchant. Ooh, we got lucky. And the Soulbound was nice. So anyway, got our goal, exchanging gadgets. So now what I can do is put some water somewhere, or even use this water, and I can just exchange it and get it replaced. Pretty simple. We don't need this aqueous accumulator here. It was there for demonstration purposes. And honestly, we don't need that water anymore because we have a sink with infinite water. So let's go ahead and put these boots on. And look, it already instantly converted all of that over to ice, which is great. It's got a very large range because it's like Frostwalker 4 or something like that. Oh. Interesting that you turned back into water. So what I should do is this, and then, no, what key did I set to be your menu? The comma, or no, apostrophe. So I guess let me put the boots back on, turn to water, and if I exchange this, this, and this, we should end up with, should have ended up with ice. Why no get ice? Was it not ice? That's frosted ice. Wait, what's frosted ice? That's not normal ice? Frosted ice is not normal ice because it's created by Frostwalker, so it doesn't count as the same as regular ice does? What? Because it's supposed to dissolve when you walk away from it? What? I just wasted all that effort. Man, I bet y'all are like killing me in the comments right now about that. Okay. Well, there went that plan. I guess we're going with Botania. Oh, I put my exchanging gadget. Man, I wanted to do that in a cool and unusual way. And be like, wow, TheAndrata, you're so smart. I can't believe you came up with that idea. That ain't gonna work. All right, Botania it is. Botania, we need to get ourselves a pure daisy. In order to get a pure daisy, we need to actually get ourselves into Botania, so we need to get ourselves a petal apothecary. A petal apothecary is going to be any sort of Botania petal and some cobblestone. I do believe I have some Botania flowers, and by some, I mean literally one mystical white flower, which is great because we're going to need that. I also have a purple shimmering mushroom and a flower pouch. It did give me a flower pouch from the pack. Does that come with anything? No, it does not. However, we can store others in there. It's been, I mean, we've been needing to get into Botania anyway, so, I mean, it doesn't hurt. So let's go pop over to Botania. Where is Botania? Mana Manifest, and start down the line. So you begin by getting any sort of flower, get you a petal pouch, get you a fortune cookie. From there, you can get a mystical flower, which gets you floral fertilizer and a floral obedience stick. TBH, I have no idea what that does. But we can grab our floral fertilizer, which is going to be what we want right now. It's not terribly too difficult to make either, just some dye and some bone meal. But floral fertilizer is a special kind of bone meal because it is specific to Botania and it gets you Botania plants. My question is, I can't use this on dirt, right? It has to be used on grass. And the only grass I currently have is this little plot of grass. So we're going to be kind of wasting our floral fertilizer because we're not going to be able to maximize the growth, but we'll grab all of it. And maybe we end up with every flower, and maybe we don't. If we don't, that's a bummer. Go ahead and go on the ground. We can duplicate all of the flowers, though. So we ended up with everything except for light gray and orange, which is lovely. That means we just have to make more floral fertilizer. But for now, it gets us what we need. So we can go ahead and we can actually double these by going back into our flower pouch. You know what there needs to be? There needs to be a petal pouch. That'd be kind of nice. We go in here and we grab some regular bone meal, which we have a bunch of, plant it. And normally you wouldn't be able to do this, but I think because this is the sky block, you can just spam bone meal on it and duplicate your mystical white flower. All of those went into my flower pouch. Plus we got some extra flowers along with it, which just look nice. I could even leave those in the area if I so chose. But yeah, so now in our flower pouch, we should have a bunch of mystical white flowers. So the important thing is for me to keep one of them in there. And then the rest of them I can go ahead and turn into petals. Those are new looking. That's interesting. So now we got mystical white petals, so that's good. We can go ahead and craft ourselves the petal apothecary, which is going to allow us to now craft other things from Botania, including the pure daisy. Petal apothecary wants us to get into some sort of mana generating flowers. I have at Botania, I happen to have Exoflame, but it doesn't look like that counts for the quest. Agricarnation, that's the one that eats stuff, isn't it? Or am I just absolutely crazy and have no idea? Pretty much, I'm absolutely crazy and have no idea. All right, so a petal apothecary and our pure daisy is just going to require 4 petals plus some seeds. How many seeds do I have? Not very many. We have a recipe for seeds. I can get them from our market for emeralds. That is absolute waste. Can I get them from anything else? A phytogenic insulator? I probably should set up another phytogenic insulator for this so I can get some proper food. And by proper food, I just mean some toast. But no, and they're not sievable. Now, is wheat sievable? No. So I do need to set up like a phytogenic insulator or some way to get extra seeds. But a petal apothecary along with 2 seeds, because we're going to want 2 of these guys, will get us 2 pure daisies. Now, the question being, where do I want to set up these pure daisies? I do happen to have space nowhere. Tech Island is not the home for them. Temporarily, I guess I'll just set them up. I could just replace my delightful dirt and then set it up in this area, and then we can come up with a mob farm later. I did get another golden egg from our exploration, so let's go ahead and place that. That ain't gonna work. Bye, bee. There we go. And then let's, before... My bad, guys. Well, they're gone. That was kind of funny. They just all fell into the void. So sorry there, my friends. Get out of here. Get 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 in my way of my building. Okay, so we're just gonna place these things down and then break you and you. You all can go into here. And okay, pedal apothecary. Gonna pop that guy down. We do need water into this. Easiest way for me to get water into this, just make myself a kitchen sink. Like, I don't think I have any more terracotta though. I need some clay blocks. Pretty easy to make. And I need to smelt those. And you know what I should do is not be lazy and teach the system how to make this. You are going to be that recipe and then terracotta, because we're going to use more than one sink, absolutely. Where is just regular terracotta? You are a smelting recipe of not 4, just 1 of you goes to a terracotta. And you know what? Let's just max this out. Let's say 64 of you makes 64 of you. That way it always puts 64 into the machine, and then we get backstuffed. So you are that recipe, and then you need to come over here into my advanced smelter. It's you. And so now if I request terracotta, it's going to automatically craft 64 of them, but it should. Do I have your input set up correctly? Input, output. I got to make a crafting monitor because now we're stuck and I can't cancel the job either. Crafting monitor. It's you. Go ahead and request everything that we need. Whenever you see that blue pop up like it did there, red means you can't auto craft or you don't have the stuff. Blue means you can auto craft it. You just hold control, not double tap. Hold control and it'll auto craft the things for you. But yeah, crafting monitor is useful to monitor your crafts that you have going on. Oh, it did finish. I don't know where it should have been able to really quickly make that clay. I don't understand why it struggled with it, but okay. Something funky happened, and I don't know what it was. Bucket of water. We should be able to get a bucket of water. We have water in the system, so I just need to craft a bucket. Can I teach the system that, or do I need a fluid grid in order to do so? Bucket of water is no water in a bucket. It's not it's fluids. There's no easy way to craft buckets of water with refined, is there? Okay, so I need a fluid grid so I can get water out. Well, wasn't on my plans, but this is getting us all the grids at least. Craft, fluid grid, give me a grid, and fluid grid. I need one of those. It's able to do all the processing except for creating the silicone. The printed silicone. I don't have access to making that yet. I have not automated the inscriber. This looks terrible over here. We'll set that to small because we don't need a lot of it. Sort by descending, and we'll always set it to JEI synchronized. But now we can just click on that and get ourselves a water bucket. Okay, that's pretty easy. With that being said, what incarnation was I making? A sink. Now that I have the fluid grid, can't I? Like, it should be able to. Do I just need to make buckets? I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to just craft a water bucket. If I teach it how to make a sink, I want to test this out. It should be able to do that. Like, Refine should be able to know there's fluid in the system, so it should be able to make the thing. Sink. Right? I don't have any water buckets. I already have a sink. So if I ask for a sink, can you do it? No, it's missing the water bucket. Do I need to set up a fluid encapsulator? I don't know why I said it like that. Water bucket. Yeah, looks like, I swear I've done it before without needing a fluid encapsulator, but I guess maybe I do. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, back to what we were working on. We got our sink. We can now bucket water out of this. I had a bucket of water on me. That's fine. Put water in there. We take our mystical white petals. Not all of them, please. Oh, my goodness. Just give me it all back. I pressed Control Q by accident. Let's try that again. Get out of my way. You to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And some seeds. Bam, bam. And now we got a pure daisy. We can set that up over here. Let's do that. This space is not large enough for what I want to do. Let's do an exchanging gadget, please. Something moved me. Are you a loot bee? Or are you just a normal bee? You're a normal bee. You just showed up. Go away. You're the bee that I set free earlier. Why are you back? You love me that much, huh? Let's do this. And we'll just exchange all this for dirt, and that'll be faster. Instead of having to break it and replace it. Okay. Man, it is taking me a long time to get into Botania here, ain't it? Okay, now we can set this up properly. Okay, so pure daisy, going to chill here. Let's get ourselves another pure daisy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Let's refill you. And we'll put this over here. Intentionally, I wanted 2 spaces. You know what? We can even... Too fast. I'm just too fast for my own good. All right, so we can do that. Let's get ourselves some stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And some logs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just do this. Though I don't necessarily need to right now. We're not getting that deep into Botania. My whole point of this was I wanted water. What are you doing, TheAndrata? Stick to your plan. We were jumping into Botania, but not permanently. This is not my goal. This is not where I'm going. Bam. Okay. Can I get the rewards for observing amethyst now that I've gotten into Botania? Nope. Okay, anyway, pure daisy is going to convert these over to stone. Let's go ahead or it's going to convert it over to living rock and living wood, which is great. That's perfectly fine for it to do. But what I want is water or ice. I need to get this converted over into ice. So what I need to do is set up just like on the outside so that I can contain the water. And I'll just make 9 ice for now, because once I have 1, I can get more snow, which makes it a lot easier. We can go ahead and absolutely hurry up. Takes a minute for that process to happen, by the way. There's this. So let's go ahead and stop. Water, 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 and water. But the pure daisy washed itself away. How do I stop that from happening? So I guess I can't do all 9. Let's do that. I'm sure there's a way I could do all 9. To be honest, I don't know. I think I did this in Enigmatica, right? And I can't. A floating pure daisy, maybe? Is that a thing? Can a pure daisy float? Can it? Oh, I guess so. Maybe a floating pure daisy can do it. Anyway, hurry up. Don't feel like waiting for you. Good. Snow. Got it. Snow. Let's exchange you out. Now I got snow blocks. Perfect. Okay. And you just chill. That is the ugliest setup I've ever had over there. Okay, so we got snow block going, which is great. Now, can I use snow block to get ice? Because I'd like to create more of this. So let's usage on this. Or you know what? Let's look at ice. Recipe of ice. A alchemy catalyst can turn it into ice. Entropy manipulator. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. You generate snow. You can water and 3 snow, or a bucket of water and some snow in a solidification chamber will make ice. Okay, we might just do that. Because remember, well, packed ice makes ice, which is great. You need to put water into that, though. But in order to make infinite snow, we can use ice. So if I use 3 snow plus a little bit of water, I can get ice. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a bucket of water. Get out of here. Bucket of water. I don't know why that fluctuates so much. And let's get the solidification chamber. I think I put that away. Just need to hook it up to power. Some power here. You can do that. Bucket of water. And some snow. Now, how much of that are you going to use? The whole bucket? Yeah, and you turn to ice. Perfect. Now, is the ice going to convert itself back into water? Because that's a desert. This is wooded badlands. Am I going to have ice turn back into water here? Am I going to have an issue with this? It is a potential, I guess. Oh, well. If it becomes an issue, it becomes an issue. Let's get ourselves a pedestal. Let's get ourselves a material generator. This helps if I spell material right, but I know I'm going to need a bucket of lava and a bucket of water for it. Upgrade base, upgrade tool. Just throw you in there. Upgrade base. Make a stack of those so that we have them for future upgrades. Material gen, because it's only some gold. It's not that difficult. Bam. Okay, so that's a material generator. So now if we take that, pop over here, just like we have with everything else. I take my ice and I put it down. Just please don't turn back into water. I think that's a thing. We'll find out. Pedestal, material generator, bam. We should now start getting snowballs. Let's grab a snowball, throw it into that drawer. I knew my hover being off was going to become a problem at some point. And then we need a polar upgrade, and I should have quite a few of those. Yeah, 16 of them still available. And you're going to pull from the west. Is that correct? Yeah, now we got snowballs in here. Perfect. And we'll just keep an eye on this. If it turns into water at some point, I guess we'll solve that problem. Never. Or at some point. Okay, so we got snow blocks. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Mystical white petals can go away. Living rock, great that we got it. Can go into the system. Honestly, our ender pouch. Yeah, an ender pouch can go into the backpack. I don't necessarily need it. And flower pouch as well can go in there. You can go in there. You can go there. Okay, cool. And turn my engine back on. All right, so now we got snow, which allows us to make our... The whole point of this episode was our blast chiller. So now we can get a blast chiller. We need to get some Invar. Exporter, or how about a crafter? Give me a crafter. Give me a... Oh, I don't have any Invar, do I? I was going to say hardened integral component, but I don't have any Invar. So give me that crafter. Give me an importer. And let's go over here and do our induction smelter and automate it. Crafter. Again, I don't know why it doesn't set up correctly, or the morphing tool is not wanting to work on it, but we'll do our importer. So back will be output, other way around. There we go. And now we can teach it how to do things. So let's teach it how to make Invar. And we're going to use the this recipe. We'll do Invar. No fluids, thank you. Invar, let's do induction smelter. I mean, since we're going to be over there, we might as well just teach it how to make all of the things that it needs to be able to make. Indirium, what is that used for? That's for the resonant upgrades, right? Indirium ingot, that makes Indirium glass. But that's going to be for the highest tier upgrade, the resonant integral components, which I am going to want. And I should be able to craft. I would have to make ender dust. It's 1-to-1. Okay. Come on. Recipe of you. I just want to use ingots. I don't want to have to crush as much things into dust as I can. Like, if I can avoid crushing, I will. Diamond dust, we need to teach the system how to make. Recipe of you, that's going to be a crusher of diamonds, so that needs to go to the other machine. So that takes care of that. Let's do induction smelter again. Usage of you. You are going to make Easnium. Don't care about that right now. Constantin. Yep, we want Constantin. We're going to want Electrum. That's Electrum blend. Let's go and find actual Electrum. It's probably easier for me to just search for the things that I know are going to be in here, because this is a pain. Hardened glass was one of the recipes. Okay, let's go Electrum. And then as we run across recipes, we'll do it, because that's becoming a pain. So that's Electrum. Let's do Invar. I'll do the things I know for sure come out of there. Invar, we'll do Lumium. It's you. And Bronze. Okay. That, oh, geez. Should get us going at least. And then over there for the crusher, and we get diamond dust. Okay, so now we can craft all those things. But what I needed was Invar. So let's get ourselves some Invar, and let's just craft a stack of that, please. It's gonna be slow, though. Oh, that's my big issue here. This doesn't have any upgrades in it. Either does this. So this is putting in one item at a time. I guess that's fine. Let's go ahead and a little bit. And that should speed it up. At least enough to be able to get the blast chiller that we've been working so hard towards. Blast chiller requires these things, and now there we go. We got a blast chiller. Perfect. Let's get ourselves another magma crucible. I already have one. Let's grab another one. Let's get some Invar gears. Should I teach the system how to make those? Yes. Am I impatient at the moment and just doing it manually? Absolutely. Magma crucible. Let's get some nether bricks, which is going to be nether brick. Isn't there another recipe for this? No. Okay. Let's get nether bricks. That's going to be smelting up netherrack. Teach the system how to do that. Recipe, smelt netherrack, and convert that over to nether bricks. So whenever I need nether bricks, I have it. Nether bricks. And smelt that. Let's get nether bricks. And I love how, and I love how I have some in the system. I love how I taught the system how to make one recipe of 64 with the clay, and then I haven't been doing that for any of the others. Whatever. Magma crucible is you, and there we go. Infinite lava available to us. So in order to make the infinite lava, again, what was my, at this point, infinite obsidian is where I was going. So that's going to go into a blast chiller with lava. In order to make the lava, we wanted the magma crucible with some netherrack. So I'm going to need importer and exporter. And that should be everything that we need. Importer. Exporter. Export lava, import obsidian, and both of these machines should just be able to hook up to each other and push from one to the other. Let's go ahead before we move on. Since I have Invar available to us, let's go ahead and teach the system how to make hardened integral components. You're going to need to know how to make gold gears. You know what another recipe was? What's the integral? What's the next tier? Signalum. That's another thing that I need to teach this system how to make. Signalum. I'd like to just be able to get the highest tier. If I can get there now and just put these in there, that'll make it so that we make more faster. And I'm all about speed. I am speed. So let's teach the system how to do this, and it'll be able to do that in a moment. Perfect. Then we'll teach the system how to do this, and it should be able to do all those except for the lumium gears, but it does know how to make lumium. So the only thing I need to put in is the signalum, and we should be able to get those upgrades going. So now if I request a enderium or resonant integral component, let's do 3 of those. I didn't teach it signalum gears. Okay. Wrong machine. Again, this is where I love Minecraft, though. This is the fun. I love auto crafting. Oh, I don't know why I came back over here. Yeah, I love being able to auto craft things. Figuring that out and getting all those chains going and being able to craft everything like this and just pressing a button and it's going to start crafting all of the things for me. That is fantastic. That is my favorite part of this. Crafting monitor, we can see what it's doing. Machine doesn't accept item because it's full. Currently, we are doing induction smelting, and because it requires a lot and this is slow, let's go ahead and can I do that before we start bottlenecking on power? At pipes. What about an advanced pipe upgrade? What do you mean blocks of redstone aren't in here? What do you mean I don't have any blocks of redstone? I'm out of redstone. I've used it all up. No, I'm not. I really need to get that stuff importing into the system and automated, to be honest, that whole process. Advanced pipe upgrade, and then let's just ultimate it and get it done. I just used 8 blocks of stuff, by the way. 8 blocks of redstone. 72 of the 400 redstone that I had. Okay, so now we can speed this up and not have to worry about power. Except for the fact that it's done. Hey, wasted my time. Okay, but now we can speed that up and it'll go much faster and it'll store a lot more power. Okay, with that being done, let's go ahead and get our blast chiller and our magma crucible. Now, since this is an automated process, something that will always run forever, eventually it will go into a compact machine because it is something that I don't need to see all the time. But since we're not there and we don't have that set up, stop. Okay, I don't know why she woke up. Since it's not something that we need to worry about now, let's see. Can I just, yeah, I can just set these 2 up here. No, because I need to export them. Blech, it's going to look ugly. I hate when it looks ugly. Neither of you are automated. Hey, look, no more ugly. All right, so the blast chiller is going to be what makes the obsidian. The magma crucible is going to be what makes the lava. We'll go ahead and integral component U and integral component U, and we can speed them up later in the future if we need to. But you are going to be here, and I'm going to break you, which is going to break everything. But you are going to be an importer here, and then you are going to be an exporter. You are going to export netherrack. And then you'll just import anything that comes into you, which is going to be obsidian. Magma crucible, you are going to input, not from the back, you're going to, or not the top, input from the back, and you are going to auto output to your right. So whatever you make comes out to the right. You are going to input from the right, auto input, and then you will output to the back. So we should see obsidian pop in and come out. So as this does this, this will do this, and we have obsidian being produced. Not the fastest in the world, but we can teach the system how to make the flux linkage amplifiers, right? These things. Just need to teach it how to make the plates. It doesn't know how to do this, and I just literally disconnected my multi-servo plate, multi-servo press, but I have, nope, I don't have any open slots here. I do. Solidification chamber, get out of here. Multi-servo press can go here. We can get another crafter. This is another machine that's going to be handy to have automated, so it is what it is. You are going to make electrum plates. You're going to input from the top, output to the back. Let's get an importer. I really should have set up an interface over on this side. We'll clean this up eventually. We're not going to have all of these machines. I'm sorry, an interface. We're not going to have all these sit over here permanently. But now we can make those plates. So I can make, what was it again? Oh, the flux linkage amplifiers. Flux. Oh, I thought I taught the system how to do that. I did. Well, halfway. There we go. We're going to need another crafter over here soon. Flux linkage. Now we can go ahead and craft 6 of those, and we might as well throw 3 into our induction smelter. Missing that and lead gear and redstone flux coil. Lead gear and redstone flux coil. Now flux linkage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. And that should actually do this pretty quickly. It's plating it up. We should get a, since this is going to be used all the time, we should get a resonant integral component put into it. And that'll speed all of this up. My bottleneck now apparently is going to be the importers that are on there. Flux linkage amplifier, 9 of those. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now those will go faster. And didn't I? 1, 2, 3. I guess I need 3 more. But now we can see how much faster that's going to be able to do. Did that just do it? Oh yeah, look how fast that is. That doesn't even have. Wow. Oh wait, is it? Was it still accelerated? It might have been. That may have been a false press because that was extremely fast, and I don't believe that that wasn't true. Was true. What was I doing? Flux linkage. And if this back stuffs, that's perfectly fine. Like, but it should be going much faster now. Let's get Obsidian into a drawer, if I don't already. Let's find out. Huzzah. Oh no, I do have it in there already. Okay. There we go. All right, so Obsidian is being produced automatically for us. Lava, Obsidian, and that's infinite lava. You could use this in other packs and use like a magmatic dynamo and get infinite lava or some other way that you use lava for power and everything. But this is going to be pretty chill. Get it? Get it? Pretty chill. So that gets us infinite Obsidian, which means next episode I can work on getting myself Flux networks, which will allow me to wirelessly transfer power. Man, I would really love to get into Flux networks that way in between recording sessions here because I record in batches. I can work on designing my base because I have a couple days off. We're getting into Flux networks today. I just need to get at least the base things set up so that way we can do the thing. All right, so let's get into Flux networks really quick. In order to get into Flux networks, we're going to need a Flux plug, we're going to need a Flux point, we're going to need a Flux controller, and ultimately we will need Flux blocks and Flux cores and Flux dust. All right, these things. You don't need you, 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 don't need you. Do need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Nope. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. We've cleared off a lot of our inventory. And Flux plug, Flux receiver, for some reason are gone. All right, so I want to get Flux plugs, Flux receivers. In order to do so, I'm going to need Flux cores. Flux cores are going to require me to get Eyes of Ender, Flux dust, and Obsidian. Let's teach the system how to make most of these things. The Flux dust is going to be our challenge point right now. But it's not really too difficult. Flux dust is going to be a metallurgic infuser of redstone and obsidian dust. Okay. That is a processing recipe. Obsidian dust, and that is going to go over there. And in order to get obsidian dust, it is just a enrichment chamber recipe of obsidian, or that's it. Okay. I don't necessarily like using, I'd like to set up another enrichment chamber for this, but for now, don't have much choice. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another crafter while we're at it, because we are out of slots and I want to teach everything. Come over here. Oh man, this is a problem. I do have refined storage over here, but I have power going into the top of all these instead of the bottom. And I need to set up importer and exporter on all of this. All right. You're the battery. You're linked over to those machines, so I kind of sort of can't do terribly too much with you. Energy transfer node. You are moving. I have room for your GPS cards, right? Yes. Okay. Energy transfer node. You are going to go here because you can get power directly from there, so I don't need to worry about that. You have an upgrade in you, but we can go ahead and do this. We can clear all this out. We'll get power into the bottom of all these blocks. We should use laser IO. I really should get into laser IO. It would make this easier because it would kind of like XNet gets everything from one block. But at this point, I am just trying to get this done so I can, well, work on other things. As I said. Okay. I need to set you to be an extract. Did I do it? Nope. Oh, because you're the wrong wrench. Come on. Extract, and then pop back up top. Get up there. Okay. And then improved pipe upgrades. Fine for now. Sure. Go on in there. Okay. That being done, now I can go ahead. I need 2 more crafters, actually. I need a crafter here. And I need a crafter on my enriched redstone one. I'm going to need importers. And instead of importers, I should set up an interface. And the interface is going to go here. We'll move this whole setup out of the way. Let's get an interface going. Interface. And item pipes will come out of the back. You have to get rid of it, which means I'm going to have to rearrange this because honestly, these should be just shifted back one. But for now, we'll have this cable go like so. And it connect up top. This is going to be very ugly. I am so sorry. Crafter. You are going to go onto this metallurgic infuser. Eventually, they will all get a crafter, and this will all be auto-crafted. But for now, I just need to do this. Okay. Whew. All right, you are going to clear your config. Input is going to be from the top. Output will be in the back. You are going to clear your config. Input will be in the top. Output will be in the back. Okay. I do need to eventually get this to pushing these enriched redstones into here with an exporter on those and have the inventory kept. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. I need to get item pipes. And you extract. I know I didn't hook everything up. Extract. Okay. But now we can at least craft. And I have some of these things in there so we can auto craft the things that we're going to need. Let me put the recipes in there. Okay. So you were obsidian dust. You went here. And you were flux dust. You went here. Correct? Keep coming over here, by the way, because like I'm almost out of power in this thing, which is why I'm using this. Everything else can go into the system. And this crafter itself can go there, so I have more room. Okay, perfect. So now if I request flux cores, I should be able to do that, right? Those machines aren't going to be super fast, but it should work. So while that's cooking, that's going to get us flux cores. We're also going to need to get flux blocks. Did I teach the system how to make flux blocks yet? Where am I in this process? No, I did flux cores and flux dust. So let's do flux blocks. From there, we're going to want to get ourselves... why did you pop up in my inventory? Flux plugs and flux points. Ugh, redstone, lovely. As we have experienced, we are not too good with our redstone at the moment. You guys need speed upgrades at mechanism. Let's get, I mean, honestly, you need tier upgrades too. Might as well just do it. And 2. I just want to make sure I have everything available before I do. So that's you, and that's you. So the tier upgrades are cool. You can upgrade them into factories, just like so. And factories allow you to be able to do more with them and also store more of the liquid that it comes with. It basically 5x is the process there. Speed is still the same, but since it has more slots available to it, it can do it faster. Let's get 16 of you. Nope, I have to craft. Okay. add that to my to-do list so it can craft those infused alloys. And then I really need to get exporter set up somewhere. Can you export into your front? Can I access the front of you? Yeah, so we can do that. Wow, this crafting grid's out of energy. That's why I'm trying to get into Flux plug, so I don't have to worry about that part too. Let's get exporter, not export. 2 exporters. 1 exporter. There's a thing from Refine to like keep in stock, right? A requester? Yeah, this thing. I want to keep those like enriched things in stock. I think will this do it for me? I know that Refined has a detector. The upgrade. What's the upgrade to autocraft? A crafting card? Yeah, crafting upgrade. Is there like a counting upgrade too? Or does the like a limiter? Yeah, regulator upgrade. That's what I also want. So crafting upgrade is you. That's you. And then regulator upgrade is you with you. The purpose of this is so that I can set up an exporter on this and export those things so that this can craft them. Where are we at? Man, we are way over on this episode. I'm sorry, guys. I generally don't like to go over. Crafting upgrade. Give me that. Give me a regulator. Some redstone torches. Are you kidding? Not for long. Regulator upgrade. Because I don't want too many of these. Right? Like, I want it to craft. So the crafting upgrade allows the system to request crafts. So for example, I'm going to put enriched redstone in here. I'll teach the system how to make enriched redstone. But if I put the crafting upgrade when we don't have enough, it'll allow it to craft it. And the regulator upgrade, doesn't that allow me to control how many are in? Yeah, like I only want it to have 10 in this inventory, like 10 sitting there waiting. And I want the front to be the extra input, right? That's the yellow. Is this going to work? I need to make enriched redstone as a recipe. But if I do that, it should request it. Yeah, see, it requested it. And so it should make it, and then it should put it in there, but it should fill this all the way up, and then hopefully keep 10 in the inventory. We'll see what happens. I'll let that run for a little bit. Anyway, so that gave us the Flux core, which now should allow us to craft Flux points. Flux plug. I only want 1 of each of these. Huh. Why? It needed more. Oh, because it needs Flux dust itself? No. Oh, Flux blocks require Flux dust. Okay. And then I'm going to want a controller. Okay. You got a Flux plug? Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to want a Flux controller. We're just going to require more of those things. Speed upgrades really need to happen. Yeah, we have an output issue there. And you're out of the redstone stuff. So this is just going to keep auto crafting the redstone and putting it in there. Eventually we'll clear that back stuff. I just need to let it happen. Flux controller. I don't think I'm going to be able to make the controller though from Flux Networks. I need 2 more flux blocks. Come on. I don't know why I'm just letting this manually do this. Just do that. Let's speed it up. Their auto requesting is working fine, but it's just not going fast enough for me. But like I said, eventually this will fill up and then it'll have 10 and it won't necessarily matter. So I'll let that, hopefully that'll do that. Controller at Flux. Give me you. Give me you. Come on. Oh my goodness, I think it's still going. It's importing now. Okay, gosh. At Flux controller. You. Jeez Louise. Okay, perfect. All right. Flux controller is going to allow us to charge our inventory so we don't have to worry about our battery and everything anymore. What we want to do is we're going to replace this energy transfer node. Now, this energy transfer node is kind of sort of powering our entire base. So replacing it right now is kind of not the greatest idea in the world. And it's not even that energy transfer. It's this one. What we're going to do, we'll replace, yeah, because you're just going to that battery and you're only producing 400. This way we can talk about the flux plug and flux point so I can get everything going. All right, so flux plugs and flux points. 2 different things. Plugs receive energy from the blocks. That's what you want to hook up to your power generators, just like our compression dynamo here. I want to hook our flux plug up to here. That side connecting doesn't really matter, but what we want to do is go into our UI and we are going to set a network on this. We need a new network. We're going to go ahead and create a new network. This is going to be the TheAndrata's network, but this is not going to be what it's called. We're going to call this, if it lets me delete, it wasn't letting me change anything. We are going to change this to our input network, right? We want power coming into this network. And we'll say that's our red network. Sure. Power is going to come into our input network. The only thing that should be coming in on our input network is power. Okay, so we create that network, we assign it to there. Now it's going. We don't want to have any sort of limits or anything like that. We just want power to come into the input network, which is what's happening now. Power is flowing from here and it is flowing into our input network. So if we come over here and we go to our battery and we take our flux point, we can go ahead and say, okay, flux point, you're going to push power into blocks. So our flux point is going to be also set to our input network, and that is going to transfer power from there into here. And so we're going to disable the limit on this. Nothing going on. And it is currently taking 2000 RF per tick from this guy here until this drains. Now there's no power in there anymore, but it is taking all the power from here and it is wirelessly transferring it over to this guy. Okay, and it is going as fast as it absolutely possibly can, dumping the power into the battery. So then what we want to do on our battery, we'd want to set up another flux plug, and that one is going to pull power, and that will be called our output network. And then we can take flux points and put them on all of our machines, or just one flux point like we kind of have here, and then have pipes hooked up, and then that will power everything that we have in our base. So we need one more flux plug and one more flux point. But that gets you the basic gist of how our network is going to work. Gosh, it has to craft more of those. Yeah, look. Oh, it did work. Cool. It kept 10. That works. That's exactly what I want. I don't want to have a backstuffing of those. Like, we don't need hundreds of them, especially when we get to the diamond ones. So having 10 available to us is fantastic. And it stopped at the 10, which is what I wanted to see happen. Flux plug and flux point. We're going to need another flux plug for the other generator that we have going on, but that's okay. All right, so we can take a flux plug, and obviously we're going to rearrange this whole setup because it's quite ugly. That's a point. We're going to take a flux plug, set it up to there. We're going to create another network. This is going to be called the output network. And we'll output network. That's going to be green. We'll create it. We'll assign it. So now that is our output network. So power is going to come out of there into this network. So if I wanted to power a machine, let's go ahead and grab something from thermal. I know I have stuff in here with no power, right? Nope, you have full power. Give me some logs. Let's take away the power. Drain all the power. Sure. Okay, so power not coming into there. I take my Flux point, I put it on there. I go ahead and say, hey, connect to the output network. And there we go. Look, power is filling back up. Bada bing, bada boom. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy. Now, obviously, it's being sped up and this has a max input that it can do, but that's how this works. Flux plugs, Flux points, input network, output network. That's how I like to set mine up. Not everybody does set up an input network and output network. Some people just have everything be on one network, and that works perfectly fine too. I just like to segregate the two. That way I can monitor my inputs and my outputs without having to I can see how much power we're putting in, and I can see how much power is being taken out separately. What we're going to do is we come over to our Flux controller, though, and we connect that to our output network, and we can bypass limit and power surge. But if we go over here to our fancy pants wireless charging, and we enable wireless, it will turn on wireless charging. And we can set it to charge up our armor slots, our curio slots, our hotbar slots, our offhand, our main hand. And you're going to see, look at that. You see our jetpack just jump up to 10 million? Because Flux Networks has no limit on how much power it can push. It can push max int. So it literally just ripped all of the power out of this battery and threw it into our jetpack. But now our wireless charger will always, or our crafting grid will always have power available to it. And it's cross-dimensional. So it doesn't matter what dimension I go into. By having the controller, I have cross-dimensionality. That's why I specifically set up the controller. So that I can, wherever I go, I have power access. You don't need the controller to get the wireless charging, but you do for dimensional wireless charging. Makes sense? So that means now I can go ahead and work on, I can actually put this in a curio slot, so I don't have to have that available out anymore. And I can start working on setting up my compact machine with all of my stuff. So that's what I'm going to do in between episodes. So when we come back next episode, you're going to see quite a few changes to our base and everything. Some of this stuff will be rearranged or moved. I might make more compact machines, maybe another one. And we'll kind of sort of set some of this stuff up out of the way. I'm not going to touch any of the stuff that's on our islands over like that island and things, because those should be far enough away that it's not going to really affect things too much. But if it does become a problem, we can. But like my storage wall, my refined storage brain and everything, that's going to all go into a compact machine. Anyway, gone on long enough this episode. Lots of things happened. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Again, sorry for the almost hour-long episode here, but I wanted to get those things done so I can do some work. That's all that we can do. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.